Hello, Brickdog here, and welcome to my review of the 76166 Avengers Tower Battle. This has 685 pieces, 7 minifigures, and retails for $90 in the United States. You can see the box is a pretty interesting square shape. Has that Avengers box art from 2020. Interesting how Iron Man here has the classic helmet, while the Iron Man you get in the set uses the Invincible Iron Man helmet. You have a reference picture for one of the figures up top, as well as some more of that interesting design all around the box. Let's take a look at the figures. So here is Iron Man in his Square Enix suit, as a lot of people are calling it, because it's quite similar to the one in the Avengers game. Unfortunately, that wasn't very good. This figure is incredibly common. He comes in all of the summer 2020 Avengers sets. He also comes in a $10 mech, as well as I think it's a $20 junior set. He does have this piece, which is this big thrust, which uses that crystal piece from Chima, as well as the other astromech dome in dark red, which is pretty nice. He does come with the power blast pieces, which you push down on them and they shoot out. Those have a maybe 50% work rate. Then looking at the figure itself, it's quite nicely detailed. It's not a bad figure by any means. It's just very common. You can see he does have that heads up display, if it will focus. God damn it, there we go. He does have that heads up display, which has been used since 2018. Really nice face. Then you also have an alternate face where he doesn't have the heads up display and he looks confident. They also include this hairpiece, so you can have that. Nice figure, but it's really common, and there's much cheaper ways if you want to get this figure. So, yeah. Here's Black Widow, and this is a figure that's not too common. She does come in a $15 accessory pack, but aside from that, the only other set she comes in, from my understanding, is the big $120 helicarrier, which is not a great set. So it's nice to get her in here, especially since some people may not be aware of that accessory pack. She does have some very nice arm printing with the ammo, which is present on both arms. Really like that. She also comes with these two gun pieces, which are very interesting since they're the more realistic gun. You can see some more detailing. It's similar, I guess, to the suit she's wearing in the Black Widow movie, but not quite exact. She does have Jyn Erso's face, which is the face they seem to really like using for Black Widow now. Again, not really too much else going on here. I do already have this figure, but it's definitely a lot. It's a nicer inclusion than Iron Man, I'll say that. Here is one of the exclusive suits to this set, being Blazer. I wish they gave it the mock number. I want to say this is like 40 something or like 28. I'm not too sure. But he does come with the power blast pieces for some thrust as well as some fire bits. But let's take all that off and look at the figure as its own. So looking at the Blazer minifigure, it's a really nice and quite unique design. You have this gunmetal gray helmet, as well as some nice flame printing at the bottom. Really nice looking figure. I always like to get new Iron Man suits, and this is a pretty unique one. Underneath, he does have a just clear head, but you could always swap this out for Tony's head if you ever wanted to. Again, really nice figure. Here is another one of the other exclusive Iron Man suits in this set, being Taser. Now, I want to say this is the Mark 34. That sounds about right. But he does also come with his own little thrust pieces, as well as these identical lightning builds, which use that nice lightning bolt piece, which isn't super common. But once again, let's take all these bits off and look at the figure at a closer angle. So here is the Taser Armor, and I really do like how this looks. It's a nice dark blue, which is not a very common color for the armor. That's what, maybe Iron Patriot, and that's about it. Really nice printing all around. He also does use this shoulder pad piece in dark blue, which isn't super common. I'm not sure what other sets, if any other sets, have this piece in that color, but still really nice to get. Once again, just a clear head underneath, but you could always swap out to have Tony underneath the suit. Here is Red Skull, who is the other exclusive minifigure to this set. He has this very interesting rocket launcher design. If you don't know how a stud shooter works, you just push down and it fires. He also does come with some extra of this ammunition, which uses that new parts pack that was introduced earlier in 2020. Pretty interesting, though I'm not a huge fan of custom bits for stud shooters, because at least when it's a normal stud, you can just put the studs into an extras bin. Now with these, I kind of feel like I have to put them somewhere, and I don't know where to put them. But taking a closer look at the figure itself, you got a very nice angry expression, as well as a pretty intimidating officer's uniform. Looks very nice. Wasn't expecting to have Red Skull in here since he wasn't in the trailers for the Avengers game. If you didn't know, all of the summer 2020 Avengers sets were based off of the Avengers game. It's a shame, again, that wasn't really good, but yeah, pretty cool character. Finally, you get two AIM agents, and one of them is slightly different, so we'll take a look at that right after this one. They do both come with the exact same weapon, which is this interesting build for almost like a submachine gun. Like how that came out. These are also incredibly common, and interestingly enough, there's more weapon types for these guys in the LEGO sets than there are in the game, which is not really, that's not good. Got some interesting torso printing. Looking underneath the head. Come on, focus. Yeah. You can see under this gunmetal gray apparatus piece, you can see the printing. No back printing, I thought there was, but yeah, they're pretty cool army builders. They come in a lot of sets, so yeah, cool figure. The only other difference with this AIM soldier is that he has this green chain with this hook piece, so you can have him grapple down, and that's one of the play features, and we'll show that off in a bit. As you can see, the Avengers Tower is really tall. I'm going to take a look at it, starting at the first floor. Now, if you're interested in how this opens up, it's that simple. Just pull it open. I kind of wish there was some sort of little clip connection, because otherwise you have these little gaps when it's closed. But other than that, starting at the bottom, you do have this little arc reactor with a sticker, as well as a sticker here. You can push apart from here, and it goes flying. I'll show. Now, I was kind of thinking when you would do that, you could maybe push out this, but unfortunately you can't. You can pull this down and take out this. It's a pretty ridiculous looking thing. It's like this sky motorcycle thing. You do have this little clip piece with the Among Us piece. Not too much else. You have some of those saw blades on top of those propellers. Two stickers on each side, so you can have. It shows Black Widow just riding it like this with no handlebars. So, yeah. Pretty ridiculous looking thing, but that just slides in to there. And it's a bit finicky. But yeah. You do have these little grenade pieces as lamps, which is pretty interesting. Up here on the top, you do have this weapons rack, which has a bow, some guns, and a flashlight, as well as this piece, which you can use to hold the Iron Man helmet when he's not wearing it, so that's really cool. And then making a surprise cameo is the Infinity Gauntlet. Now, you do get 2 Infinity Stones in the set, but it says to only put the Space Stone on here. If you're unsure about how the Infinity Stone pieces work, you get 4 of them on this little ring piece, and you push them out, and they attach via accessory holes. That just rests right here, and then you can put the weapons rack right back on top of it. Then over here is where you can put Blazer and Taser. And unfortunately, there's no feature to launch them out, but you can pull this up to have them fly out, so that's pretty nice. Do have some lights on the side for both sides. So let's move up to the 3rd floor. You can see how they built the A. It's a really cool design. They didn't use a sticker like they did on the 2015 version, and it just feels a lot, it just looks nicer. And that goes for the whole set. It's more complete than the 2015 one, and it just has a much nicer feel. So, starting over here, you have this jail cell, which you can use to put Red Skull in. He just attaches here. There's also, I think it's a sticker for that caution bit. You can just have him in jail there. Then there is a play feature where if you push this part, the doors break out so you can break him out. I don't like how these aren't on jumpers for whatever reason. I don't know. It just feels odd. But putting them back there works pretty easily. Do have this nice build with a Power Stone, and they're taking apart the orb, which held the Power Stone in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's really nice. You also have a little control screen. Have these little grenade lamps again. Then up top, you do have this game controller, which is the same that they used in a couple other sets. You also have an on-hold call for Hawkeye. You can spin these chairs. You can have figures sitting in those chairs. You also have this TV up there, which is a sticker, what is AIM. And you can take this off and put this sticker of a fighting game with Captain America and Red Skull. So that's pretty cool. There's the 2 stickers. And then you can put this up here, just like that. Looks really nice. You can open the door to the balcony. And there is another play feature here, where if you pull this out, the balcony drops, which is a really nice play feature. Sometimes gets a little caught sometimes, but works well. And now let's take a look at the top floor. There's nothing really at the top floor. So yeah, there's the top floor. Nothing really going on at the top floor. You do have some antenna and a satellite dish, as well as a place to put a character with those jumper tiles. But yeah, that's about it for the build of this set. Let's take a look at the instructions. Instructions are quite hefty, and on the back, it does have an ad for the other 2020 Marvel sets. Don't really care for the Helicarrier. The War Machine and MODOK are cool, but don't really care for that. And then you also got the Tom and Jerry Hulkbuster with an exclusive rescue. And then the Venomsaurus set, which I will probably try and get at some point, and none of the other Spider-Man sets I really care about. That's about it for the instructions. So overall, the Avengers Tower battle is a really, really good display piece. It's big, and it's going to catch anyone's eye who walks into the room. And it's really good. The play functions, I think, are alright. You're definitely going to not be bored if you buy this and with the intent to play it. Also, I just put this guy there because I forgot to show it earlier. The figure selection is also quite good. I'm not personally as excited about it because I already had the Black Widow from another set, but if you don't get that accessory pack, this is the cheapest way to get that Black Widow. And you also get 3 exclusive figures with the 2 Iron Man suits and Red Skull. So overall, I would give this set an 8.5 out of 10. I think maybe switching out Iron Man for Thor would have been my personal favorite, the best way to go in my opinion, as well as maybe just, I don't know, like there's really not much else to complain about. I'm gonna raise it to a 9, actually. I'm gonna raise it to a 9. It's a really good set. I just personally wish the figure selection had something other than an Iron Man, because that's the 3rd time I'm getting the Iron Man. If you get all of these summer sets, that'll be like the 6th time you get that Iron Man. But yeah, that's about it for this video. See you guys later. Peace.